We are live.
Hmm.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
We're live and direct. And guess what?
What?
The music ain't playing. What up, y'all?
Really? What?
Hat Weekly,
Body Hat Weekly.
Moka Only, Dave
Dave
Side,
Side Mocha Only.
Moka Only, Dave
Dave
Side,
Side Mocha Only.
Body Hat Weekly,
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
We're just here to break an album on
It
down.
could be popular, but possibly not world renowned.
The meat and potatoes of a critical sound.
You're bound to like the little bits and isms we found.
We might have guests or might just be us.
But you're invited, so might as well kick it as such.
So y'all sit tight and let's discuss the cuts.
Just some musical cues from some fools you can trust. You know it's
Body Hat Weekly,
Body Hat Weekly.
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 Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
All right. We're here. What up? Welcome to Body Hat Weekly. I am your host, and he is your host.
We are the hosts. I'm Dave Side.
I'm Moka O.
That way.
Yeah. So what's on the docket for tonight, sir?
Yo, we're gonna get into some shady business.
Yeah, man.
Little business practices.
I've been looking forward to this one, man, for real.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
For those who are uninitiated and the title is not enough of a bell, we're talking about PMD, one half of EPMD. Well, arguably 1/3, but we'll say one half.
Yeah.
And this was the first of a couple projects that he put out after their infamous split back in 93, 94?
93-ish.
93-ish. The project was 94, but I think the split was 93. And pretty clearly the title of the album is a reference to the impetus for the split.
Yeah, and a continuation of the business series that EPMD was so well known for.
Correct. I always wanted them to do an album called None of Your Business, and they never did.
It might still happen. You never know.
We didn't put it out. That's what it-
Yeah, man.
But when this album dropped, I had no idea what to expect of it, and it was a surprise
Mm-hmm.
to me and my crew, but we all really liked it.
All right.
And but it doesn't sound really like EPMD. Like, obviously there's elements, indubitable elements of EPMD, but but this is a different animal all unto itself.
All together.
I don't know. How did it hit you? How did it arrive into your mindosphere?
My homeboy Ash had it. I remember when he got it, I went over to his place and we decided to give it a spin or whatever. And I wasn't mad at it, but it just wasn't where I was at that time. I was a little bit surprised. Like, okay, on Business Never Personal. Do you remember the Scratch Bring It Back track?
Sure.
And it's like two different musical movements. So when PMD comes in on that, on Business Never Personal, on Scratch Bring It Back, he does kind of like a joke style, like flipping it all over the track, did it kind of super offbeat and disjointed. And then it clears up and he, record, but just goes for it, right?
Yeah.
Well, that style, little joke or whatever, seemed to be what he went with in entirety on this album.
Yo, I never drew that line.
I'm not knocking it either. I'm just saying where I was at, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was several years later when I just on a whim, I'm like, I'm gonna cop that first album again and give it a go. And I've been loving it ever since. Like,
yeah,
it's one of my most listened to albums, especially when traveling.
I wouldn't call it easy listening.
No.
It takes a little bit of persistence to really get into, because so much of the production is really like atonal.
It's perhaps some of the grimiest rap production of its era, like that I had ever heard. Like, you know, we talk about Boxcar Sessions, Saphir, and that being some bugged out production. This takes it a step further. I mean, we're talking low bit rate sampling. PMD Parrish handled the majority of the production on this album himself, save for a couple tracks with DJ Scratch and by DJ Scratch alone.
And then the final track on the album, I think it is, was not produced by him.
Word up.
But otherwise, it's
But yeah, I'm saying when I first heard it, it was a little bit jarring. But fortunately, when I went for the purchase the second time, I happened to listen to it at exactly the right moment where I had peace and quiet going on. I was traveling. I was on a ship, and it was exactly what I needed to hear right then. My attention span was not diverted elsewhere, so I got to really soak it up. I'm like, oh my God, man, I slept on this. This is my album right here.
He was on to something.
He was definitely on to something, man.
But that said, I don't know if he could have sustained it over like several albums. Like this was perfect, sort of like for what it was, for kind of the one-off that it was in my mind.
Why don't we just hop into it and then we can further dissertate.
For sure. He will probably tell us what year this album is, from. Love this.
What year is it?
It's 9-4, be back in the door. Representing hardcore, stepping through with the squad tour. Man brothers know the lingo, and funky b-boy niggas, they thumping the single. From LA to Detroit to Chi-Town, New York to Philly, Jersey, all around. Cause it's strictly underground when I'm trooping with my sound. So save the temptation, money keep the limos. Cause that's not hip-hop, that's a fashion show. I'll tell you, pop the distance and mad niggas going solo. Stop the press, what is this? It's not rap, kid. Boss it is shady business. Shady business. Shady business. Shady business. So stop the press, no contest, no stress, food assess. Years, we're snapping necks for some live effects.
Oh man, I'm saying.
Yo, first of all, starts off the album with the title track. That doesn't happen that much, and I like it when it does.
Yeah.
And I think it's my favorite song on the album.
It's definitely one of mine. Respect Mine is up there. It's a delicate balance between the two.
Yeah, that's a really good.
But for the uninitiated, like this track is one of the more melodic tracks on this album. So that's saying something. And if you notice, it's a lot of production wise. I always divert to the production tip because it's sort of where my interests lie for sure. Mm-hmm. I guess yours too, but a lot of 1-bar loops, and a lot of half-bar loops.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time we get closer to the end, like there's some wild and weird shit happening on this album, man, which is another reason why I gravitated toward it.
So much like filtered down, just grit. Like
it's dark. It's a dark album too.
Dark.
And equally as serious as Parrish has maintained throughout his career as far as his delivery, a la Rakim, like Ain't Nobody Smiling, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, like, I wonder if he like got a headache after these studio sessions because I feel like his brow was furrowed the whole way.
Oh yeah, pure furrowed brow. I could see that there, man. I was gonna say,
notice that Eric is not there to offset PMD with some of like the lighter, fun, melodic, just that presence that Eric brings.
absolutely. So, in my opinion, Eric was equally as serious, but he had moments that could be misconstrued as otherwise. There was
Yeah.
uh there was a lightness. He had moments where you could get a good chuckle. Paris on this album though, I think there's some unintentionally funny shit on here.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so this track for Shady Business, I think it's the third verse where he drops the "You want to do me a favor? Don't do me no favors," and we know that's like a movie quote or whatever, but the way he drops it makes him sound like he's immediately contradicting himself, and the other things like the Chuck D sample, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's that line is like, it's so hard and also just a slightly bit confusing.
There's a lot of moments on this album like that.
A lot of that. But the Chuck D. So, first of all, props to Chuck D, because here we are. Where I'm body
Yeah, props.
Zero.
He said, but hold on, Paris said, he had the sample. How low can you go? Paris come in. I'll tell you. Like shit like that.
But no. But so this is what I wanted to get at. He does this all over the album. He uses vocal samples and he interacts with them.
Yeah, I love that.
I gotta think. I don't know what you think, but to me, this is one of like the earliest examples that I've come across of somebody like consistently doing that.
I gotta say,
really popular much later on, like in the aughts or whatever.
It's kind of rubbed off on me a little bit because what?
It's rubbed off on you a little. Anyway,
I'm working on the new Martian Christmas right now, right?
Oh,
Get an early start on it, and this is one of the things I'm trying to do a little bit on this album is do the vocal sample and basically interact with the sample like Paris did. So there you go. Of course, you are definitely on the album.
Thank you. But I think later on, especially like in New York, you started hearing Prodigy, Kanye, Just Blaze, Alchemist, not New York, but very much New York style production for a lot of what he's done. And they were using a lot of vocal sample loops that they'd work into the beat. And then whatever MC was rhyming on it, whether it was Jay or Jadakiss or whoever, they would be interacting with that vocal sample and like using it, working that into their verses and stuff like that.
Often a la chipmunked, you know what I'm saying, too.
Yes, very chipmunked. Yeah.
It was something you'd hear a lot in hooks.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, keep your eyes on the comments too here and there. I don't want to miss all that stuff that they're stacking up already. Shout out to Don Key.
Yo, peace to Soup. Yeah, P was going through personal issues on this album, and he just brought it.
You can hear. That's another thing I want to bring up because you can hear that he's talking about his mom's on this track too.
Yeah. But you know what I will say, for all the stuff that he was going through with Eric, he doesn't really lay into Eric on this album. Like,
no, in fact,
direct disses.
Really. In fact, I will get to it later on in this track. He in the middle of his rap, he says "Peace to EPMD," which is kind of weird because it's like extracting himself from it and say, "Hey, peace to that group."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's also an acknowledgement, right?
This is what I'm saying. Like, he has a lot of off kilter moments when in all of his serious brow furrowed delivery. There's some buck nutty stuff happening.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the next, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it going.
Sound like an 8-bit sample.
Pass the callers, what's up with the small talk? You know the PMD flips it crazy smooth, like the moonwalk. So kill the rumor, chill, niggas save the feedback. In effect like DOS, best believe that. People bring it, swing it, keeps my shit hardcore. What's next for Mike Doc, another world tour? From ghetto to ghetto, barrel to barrel. Niggas pump my sounds loud, cause my shit's thorough. Arrow, where's the P? Channel 0. In the zone, trapdoor, kid can't hear you.
Where's the P? Channel 0.
In the zone, trapdoor, kid can't hear you. In the zone, trapdoor, kid can't hear you. In the zone, trapdoor, kid can't hear you. In the zone, trapped off, kid can't back to the underground. Someone's claim on my sound, catch the beat down. Oh, that other kid, yeah, he caught the Greyhound. Out of here, gone, still pumping raps.
So there's a little shade thrown right there. It seems like in Eric's direction.
A little, yeah.
The other kid is out of here. He caught the Greyhound. Come on, man.
I guess yeah, it could. Yeah, he could be talking about him.
He's not talking about other former hit squad members. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's true. When I initially heard it, I just took it as like dissing random rapper. But maybe that was an Eric thing.
He saw it coming, man.
I was just gonna say that. He said perish with the self-sample. So he was still sampling EPMD. Granted, it was his own voice from an EPMD song, but
that's one of my favorite songs from Business Never Personal too. Oh hell yeah, man! That album is like buck nutty, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah. So 2 songs in, we've got Chuck, How Low Can You Go, and now Channel 0.
Yep.
It's like this album was made for this show.
There's the voice right there. That beat though, bro.
I love it, and I'm so confused by it, and I like it, and I'm so confused by it.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly, man. My sentiment exactly. That is like some low bit rate. Musically, I'm not sure what he was doing, but it works so well for what he's trying to do vocally.
Yes, it all fits. It all definitely. It's very cohesive.
Yeah, Mr. Slow Flow.
Yo,
do you feel this album is really cohesive on the whole?
Yeah, I do. Like the songs all fit together. It doesn't make it any less weird. But like they all fit together.
Weird and dark, absolutely.
And so part of this like unintentional humor you were talking about, like the only way to be more thorough than thorough is to be thorough.
Yeah. He's not the only. I heard. Yeah, I think it's just regional dialect or saying intonation or whatever. Because I heard Keith Murray say that too. Thorough.
And
but Keith Murray, that's a whole nother.
Anyway,
we're gonna have to get into that.
Oh, he's
bag of goodness sometime too, man.
Yeah,
boy, oh boy.
Not all, like he's also making up words, which is like extra awesome.
That was the wildest shit to me, man. Like going back and really digging into Keith Murray's catalog is like just how many words he made up or using words in the wrong context, like psychosomatic as a song title, and I'm psychosomatic.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah. It's something.
That's like meta.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
I love it.
Stepping through hardcore.
The niggas knew that shit before it happened. Word 'em up. So why you stepping
Word 'em up.
through? Stepping through hardcore. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, word is gone. I brainstorm, tripping on flashbacks like Vietnam. I stay on, cold red Mayday. Hit squad nigga, PMD's back, oh shit, yeah, it's payday. Oh yeah, Jose, I make rhymes sway and I don't play all them sore. Niggas down with big game, touche, hey, you better keep your eye on the birdie. Word G, that's absurd, see. It's far from baby, come back like the Bee Gees. So you can run, but you can't hide or slide. I'm locked in, aim fire, bullseye. You see me roast that small pride. You fly guy, big superstar takes nosedive with no life jacket. Grew up like a swaggin'. Check it out now. To have it, bring it to me now. It's not for no backstabbing. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore. Kicking us down for 96, thinking back to the. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore. Kicking us down for 96, thinking back to the. So why you stepping through? Stepping through hardcore.
So you notice you got the DOS Effects sample in there too, and DOS Effects is a recurring appearance on this album, and it's like he's making a statement like, okay, these are the cats that came with me. I'm gonna push them hard to the forefront.
No doubt, that was very clear. Like, Def Squad. I think this probably helped push the definition of Def Squad even further, because PMD so clearly broke off with DOS Effects, Top Quality, and Scratch came with him.
Top Quality, that's right. That's damn right. Who makes an appearance on this album too?
What a frickin' family tree those two are the heads of, eh?
Yeah. Wow, man.
Incredible. Just stupendous.
So what are your musings on this Stepping Through Hardcore?
Another very atonal beat. At the same time, this could have been something that I could have heard like early Redman on.
I could see that. I would have been hella happy had he had Redman on his album, but I guess it was still, kind of like a funky, touchy time. But
I think so. I think it was choosing sides. Like, I think it was like a divorce.
Yeah, something like that.
Weird. I'm glad it didn't last.
Apparently, Ish is watching this right now.
Oh, what up, Ish?
Yeah, I have invited him on.
Yeah,
previous, so he might join us at some point in time to review the rhyme.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also the possibility of Snai potentially joining, or even just dipping in to say hi, guys.
Shit, June 10 might pop up again. You never know.
Yo, that'd be dope. I love when we have random passersby in the neighborhood.
Baby, come back. Yeah.
on the song on the Stepping Through Hardcore song, that's the one that he chose to quote the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
It's really good.
You notice something about the way he does his vocals, and this happens on a lot of the tracks, is a strange usage of pauses, coming in at times where you're not expecting to, or abruptly segueing into hooks. And I guess, when you're using a 1-bar beat structure, it gives you a lot more freedoms to do that type of thing too.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you don't
on the technical tip.
Yeah. No, you're not tied to 16 the same way.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a keen observation, my man.
That's neat stuff. Respect mine.
And I would like to say to those of the press and those of the people who think that I lost so much by not taking the step, I would like to say that I did not lose a thing up until this very moment. I haven't lost one thing. I have gained a lot. Number one, Number one, I have gained a peace of mind. I have gained a peace of heart.
I'm telling you, man, this is my jam right here. One of the more melodic offerings.
Where's the PMD? I'm laying low, strapped with ammo, set for funk mode. Action man though, who raps rhymes holding steady, like a pilot in the cockpit. Parrish Smith go out, nah that's bullshit on another nigga for trying to take mine. Catch the flat line, coming through, time to breathe on the main line. Airtight, no time to store, you tell me. What's a rap star? A nigga who get props in his clock like radar. Can't fake moves, people looking at ya. 24/07, slipping, they got ya. Snatch that behind up, clip that ass with handcuffs. Jail cell for the niggas who like to get rough. And most niggas get rough, cause some beef we trust. Another man, damn kid, you smoking angel dust. I'm snatching props, blasting niggas like Robocop. Catch the speed knot, trying to mic block, mic dock. Chill hop, I told you I roll with the hit squad. Start like the robot, but some niggas ain't hearing me, so I make it clear.
Paris does a lot of Paris does one thing, and I always appreciate this about him. He uses the law of conceptual continuity, always quoting previous tracks from EPMD, this, that, quoting himself, bringing them, putting him in newer contexts. I like that.
Very much so.
I like that.
I
like that.
It's a wonderful technique in comedy as well.
Yeah.
I'm calling him a comedian, but
not to mention there's a lot of like, we were talking about the rap style he employs on this too. Falling back, quickly running to catch up again.
Mm-hmm. Which, the album we discussed last week has a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
Conceptual continuity.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Is This Will dropped a poignant comment, I think. He says, really think RZA inspired him a lot. I could see that.
I could hella see that.
Because RZA did a lot of that, like, stuttery, like, rush it up, slow it down business with his flows.
Sure. It just depends when Paris was making this album too, because if we're talking about RZA from Wu-Tang era, I mean that had only been out a very short time before.
I mean, Protect Your Neck was out for a minute, but whole album was relatively new.
But that's a really good point, and I can hella hear that.
Mm-hmm.
RZA he used a even more looser type of approach when it came to drums and stuff. Like you could tell he was triggering a lot of things by hand. Not everything sound quantized, whereas all of Parrish's stuff just sound locked into one bar grid.
Yeah. You think he was using the emu on this? A lot of short loops.
If you had to ask, it sounds like he's using an Ensoniq Mirage.
Wow.
Or something from the Ensoniq family. If I had to guess, because just the way there's sort of a ring to some of the samples, which was indicative of a lower bit rate. But I could be wrong.
Could be.
Hey, June 10's up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This joint on the album.
Peace.
I totally accept that assessment. I think PMD really locked into the idea of how slowing shit down can make it sound more hard.
Ominous.
Almost on some like proto chopped and screwed shit.
Wow. Okay. You might be reaching a bit, but I
might
get
be
where you're going
reaching a
with
bit.
it.
I don't think there's a direct link. I just feel like that's sort of
You know what? It could be lit.
similar mentality, you know. In a way.
Could he actually very well could have been in on that, like inspired by that chopped and screwed stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's possible. But
Yeah,
it's something that
that-
it's an aesthetic that he definitely repeats several times throughout this album.
Yeah.
And the next joint too, the next album, which is dope too. But
I think the next album I think was a little bit more palatable, like a little more widely accessible than that.
I'll go with that.
Which is why this is a good choice.
Yeah.
It's
Respect Mine though, man. One of my faves. One of my faves on here.
Yo, and the Woo sample, I mean, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Slow down.
The next track. This is interesting title.
Yeah, he stuck with that spelling a couple times.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the first guest spot on the record.
Das Effects. Here they come. CUM. Why did you let that slide, P? There's a lot going on, man.
Niggas fiending, dream to blow this thing. Watch the red beam. You know what his squad mean. Back on the scene, fall off the screen like the 18. Well, it's the nigga from the bottom. I got him so they cherish. Yeah. Some niggas kill the laughter cause I'm coming out the parish. Oh my God, it's the squad. Or should I say what's up? Just let me get this shit and we can see who's really deaf. So nigga, check it. See, I'm a record cause it's my turn. I rock this. I'm obnoxious like Howard Stern. You better get your clip because you know this shit is on. Your style makes me yawn, kid. I bring it from the sewer, do a nigga, then I show it.
That was a sigh, not a yawn.
Check it out. Your head is like a kite, a motherfucker. I'm a flight. Oh dear, guess who's bringing up the rear? Yeah, rocket rap, they got you waving like
Dre's crazy.
The street beats, I freak treats for my peeps. Crews keep your shit drunk, but save the funk.
Books is too, but Dre's crazy.
Like, yo, who the hell done it? With more techniques than my DJ 1200. I'm moving with the squad, nigga. Now my bank's risen, and I makes more greens than more dukes on Thanksgiving. Check it out. Then they come, just like I fit. And came back with a motherfucking hit squad. Then they come, just like
Such a great sample right there.
I love how they interrupt you.
Check for niggas. Lead back to 12 gauge. Booyah, got one. Quick to spot one. Try to snap props.
So Pete, track wise, you pick it up. That's a half bar loop going on there.
Yeah.
Or you put two half bar loops together to make a 1 bar loop. But I mean, that's like the ultimate in repetitiveness.
Which is what allowed him to do that like 9-bar opening verse or whatever.
Yeah. And that coupled with how much vocal effects is going on, ping pong and back and forth, like it's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
it's a lot to take in. I love Dre's shits on here though.
Yeah, me too.
Stand out.
Das Effects was a much needed injection of energy.
Word up
on this record.
Oh, absolutely. You want to know something funny, man? Around that time, like I had Das's first joint, right?
That was a huge.
I slept till way later before going back and picking up their subsequent joints because it was just they dropped the Iggity for the comeback album and obviously they're not doing it on this as well.
No,
and
abandoned it by this time.
Yeah, it just wasn't where I was at that time. But going back, some strong albums. The second and third Das albums.
So Straight Up Suicide, the second album, I bought it like the day it came out because I loved Dead Serious so much, and I was disappointed by it. And to be fair, I haven't really gone back to it, and I think I probably should. I was locked in again by the third album, though.
Do you think Dead Serious could have even been better had there been some Eric Sermon production on it?
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. But you know, on the strength of, was there only 2 singles? The 2 singles I'm thinking of, at least. On the strength of They Want Effects and Mic Check, it almost didn't even matter to me what else was going on the album. I loved that so much at the time.
Mic Check was crazy, man. You want to know a little side note, little funny story about that? I remember, where was I? I was at my parents' house. I remember there's a thunderstorm that night, and I seen it. They played that video on Rap City, and I'm watching it. There's like lightning flashing outside, and it's contrasting with what's going on screen. This is the Mic Check video. There's, they're inside of a fucking sewer. There's alligators and shit. It was like a memorable moment. I've never shaken that. I'm just like, man, the weather is cooperating right now with the aesthetic of this song and video. The shit is crazy. It's probably the hardest beat on there too. Yeah.
And it sets the album off.
Hell yeah.
That was my very first CD I ever bought, Dead Serious.
Okay, and then let me ask you, is this a Das Effects review or is this a Paris Smith?
No, but yes. But
I'm just playing, man.
Inextricably bound.
It's good. It's crazy. I had so much. I've had so much over the years to say about this album, and like now I'm like kind of shooting blanks. I'm just enjoying being in the moment and listening to these tracks with you and with our followers right now. That I'm kind of coming short on my running commentary with this.
Yo, it's all good, and I've found that's happened to me a couple times through some of these episodes.
Oh yeah. I think it is a fine balance. Sometimes it's on you, sometimes it's more on me. Sometimes it's on a guest if we have one or whatever. Sure. It just depends what we got going on in our own personal lives too. Like what people didn't know last time is you had a killer migraine. You had a crazy migraine.
Yo, I was fighting through the last episode and I was so bummed out afterwards because like if you know me, you know how I feel about Saphir, and I rank those first 2 projects of his among my favorite things ever. And so just not being present enough to really tap into everything that I might have wanted to say.
Yeah, in your defense, man, I could not even tell until you told me later. I had no idea. It didn't show. Your enthusiasm seemed palpable. So,
but yeah, much love to June 10 for like coming through, because the fact that both of y'all were in there and like, and obviously there was plenty to say between the 2 of y'all alone that picked up any slack that I might have, accounted for or whatever.
Also, June 10, if you are tuned in right now, because I seen you pop up a minute ago, if you want to pop on the screen for a bit, let me know and I'll send you the little linky dinky so we can link dinks on here.
Yeah, for real, G. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah. Let's get back to the rap.
Let's do it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, let's make some hands clap too.
There's some fun moments on this album too. Don't get me wrong.
So let's get it on. Like Marvin Gaye, hey, is that nigga? From you a customer, you fucking A is for Apple. Jace with Jack Black Beans for Bozak, and then it's for the nutsack. It's Jace will juggle these, please. PMD bust rhymes like niggas bust C's. For 0, cause that's the channel I be watching. Niggas clocking, no time for
again.
Stop, so I keep rocking. Big up to
the channel 0, yeah.
Non-stop off the block, systems not. in funk mode. Peace to my pop horses. Back to the rap and making hands clap. Respect hip hop and the fans black. Back to the rap and making hands clap. Respect hip hop and the fans scandalous. Swiss missile funky shit. Slow down, baby. Can't handle it. The way you're moving your thing, you got it going on. Time to pop the Sean Dawn, take a swig of it. Yeah, drink it like a 40-0. No champagne glasses, that's out the window. Push up and get my swerve on. Take me there, baby. Aw shit, PMD's gone. Where you going? Deeper, deeper.
Do you feel moments of Rampage on this track?
The Last Boy Scout?
No, EPMD.
Oh, Rampage.
The last. Hey, that's a good idea for a future podcast, perhaps. Maybe. You know what I really want to do?
What?
I know you'll be down for this.
Rumpelstiltskins,
bro. Dude, that shit would be fun as fuck. Let me tell you, man. But yeah, back to the rap.
The question. I can see it.
He got sort of like the same energy and tone as he did on Rampage, in my humble opinion.
Also, a little LL reference in there with the slow down, baby.
That's right.
That was fun.
Beware
of the ramp set. Yo, I saw a comment about my hat. Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, and I was actually gonna say my first exposure to Das Effects was when I went to Wydown Middle School in St. Louis, in Clayton, and we used to show up early because if you got to school early in the cafeteria, they had BET on. There was a TV in there, and you would catch the morning run of Rap City.
Word.
Class started, and I remember showing up early one day, and as I walked into the cafeteria, the video for They Want Effects had just come on, and I was mind blown. Like, yo, what is this? This is the funnest stuff ever, and instant fan.
Wow.
So
appreciate that story, man.
Yeah,
that's dope. I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Fun to do that.
Yeah, it's our musings. That's what we do. Yeah.
And more to say about Back to the Rap?
Well, like I said, when going into it, don't get it twisted. There's some lighter moments on this album, you know what I'm saying? Where I guess, like you said, like when you say it's a very cohesive, you feel it's a cohesive project. And I guess you're right. It is. He does balance it out with some other vibes, like this swing your own thing.
Yeah. I think the guests in general enliven the project.
Doesn't always work as well as you think it might.
That's true.
I mean, Eric, in my opinion, just my opinion, Eric showed that on his debut album too. There's a couple. What was that group he was trying to push on his around the time of his first album? Eric's album. I'm having a brain fart right now.
Not like.
Yeah, Shades of Lingo. Okay.
Shades of Lingo.
Which one of them cats' name was Colorado, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Old tape.
It's not like it wasn't whack by any means, but there was sometimes putting your boys on an album just for the sake of doing that doesn't always spell success for them or for the quality of the album or whatever you're trying to paint as a portrait. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, no, it's definitely not a rule. I felt that on this particular project, I don't know that they enhanced the quality of the project, but I do think they brought the energy level up at times, the guest appearances.
Yeah.
I
mean, because the aim is to try to make it as top quality as you can.
Uh-huh. They do that even more in like about 4 songs.
Yeah.
Next song features Zone 7. And if anybody knows anything about these guys, please feel free to share because I don't know nothing.
Nothing. Nathan.
From what I can tell is that it's a duo, and one of the dudes is like pretty filthy, even though he's a little all over the place.
The vocal effects once again don't aid in his assistance in that department either.
Yeah,
There's some heavy stuff going on. So let's just check it out. Check it out. You know those drums?
Yeah, turn it up one notch. Yeah, this goes out to all the brothers in Brooklyn, all the brothers to the East Coast, West Coast, sitting in them cars, you know what I'm saying? Ready to blow the maps, yeah, hit them bass buttons. Turn the killer bosses, you know what I'm saying? So 7 and a half, word them up, word one. Got my man LaBelle to the left, my man Roland Harris riding shotgun, and of course DJ Scratch on the 1 and 2.
Track's also louder than the rest too.
I'm snake bitten, spitting venom, infected with the outrageous, contagious spread, and nobody's protected. Microphones floating.
I do like this verse.
Crushing clones, so don't disturb me in the mic doc. Surgery on zones, push the button. Helter skelter, guard your mental. Shit's past the point. On the brink, not blinking is essential. Niggas last the joint. Niggas blasting niggas while I'm blasting spastically out of electric sockets. Rarely seen like Haley's shaman. What was that? Bring it back. What was that? Shit was tight, fat. All that new vocabulary, get the balls out. Swap the deck, swap. Your brain is numb. The valve blast, rolling Harris and Barry Smith. Stone that's training. Potholes open. You know it, who it is. It's teleported. We have Roland Harris. He's moving past with a bell pass. It's only images of the goddess, yo. When you see that.
What I'm talking about, man.
Squad, yo, if you see me, no J.
Tumbleweed.
No. With that bloody post on you, fucking already knew that, though. Takes years to build the rules, go under H2O with guilds. The most fucked up shit's about to hit the streets, which is worse, she, me, or they giving out girls, yo, crowd control pills. But they call big roll ill, causing our brothers to sit back and chill until around the squad sheet, freeze and wannabe, fiery, squishy looking creature, nigga. And if the rain tries to put out these flames, I'll transmit through a mist of smoke, then blast. At last, you know who to hand the cash, the brother with the black hoodie, pull the AR-15, shitty, niggas ready for prime, time me, step in the universe as we burst out, and any fuck kind of fake cold pussy, and we out, G.
I'm sitting in the crib, wonder where sunset's at. I'm across town in the zone with my hand on the gap. Yeah, I got this. That's why they call me Swiss Smith, no bullshit. Strictly biz, not having it. Produce too many rap hits for niggas to be checking me. I reckon see Zone 7 on the track with PMD. About the hours, gunning niggas down at the watchtower. Deep like Malcolm, deadly like gunpowder. Sat back strap, while brothers try to check. Time to react, cause the hit squad ain't having that.
I didn't hear what you said, Dave. What'd you say?
The hook is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's dope. I was gonna say, second cat on the track. If he had a drier vocal, we could hear it better. I think it would have come off better.
I think that's true. I think also, I don't know. It sounded to me like it was one of those situations where, like, if he had done multiple takes of that rap,
it would have been different every time.
Would have been different every time. Would have been in different places.
Yeah.
It just sounded a little bit like it was kind of piecemealed together and kind of evidenced by PMD coming in just randomly in the middle of the bar. Like, oh, okay, now your verse is starting.
Yeah. Like that one didn't feel as well thought out as some of the others. But then again, I mean, so much of this album feels really, well, raw, like off the cuff, kind of anything goes, you know what I'm saying? I think more than anything, Parrish he just had a claim to stake on this shit, where maybe some of the methods of what he's trying to do played a second role to him actually just trying to get out what he had built up inside of him. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
I will say that the first dude I found to be quite ill, and he also closes.
He's dope.
He comes back at the end and runs anchor, and
Runs anchor.
And there's something about his voice. There's a certain there's a certain like push behind his voice that reminds me almost a little bit of Sonny Chiba from Camp Low.
It's a little taunting, ain't it?
It's like
a little bit, yeah.
Just a little extra braggadocious.
Yeah.
But
you say you compared him to Sonny Chiba from Camp Low, huh?
A little bit. I mean, not flow.
Because Homeboy was that dude's out there, man.
Yo,
I love that Camp Low shit.
We got to do a Camp Low record because those guys are amazing.
Wiggy diggy.
But yeah.
So the next track, Saw It Coming. This is, everybody knows this from this album. If you never copped this album back then, chances are, if you were aware of rap happenings, then you happened upon this one.
Coming from a Clayton,
check it out. Check it out.
Video for this is ill too.
PMD's in the house. Check it out. Hit squad in the house. Check it out. Word 'em up, Black Zone.
Oh. I got to pause it there for a second. I forgot to mention regarding the last track, I'll Wait track. That was a DJ Scratch production.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Grab your head, nigga, start bobbing it. The underground's being shook down, PMD's robbing it. So crack the old gold gear.
And this beat is Parrish and Scratch together. Production.
Don't get caught up in the gun smoke. It's rap hunting season. I'm blasting niggas who showboat with that pretty boy R&B rap back with the hip hop track. Say that, cause that's whack. And niggas ain't trying to hear that. Can't get sidetracked, so bust the impact. Then get the Bozak and mind your beeswax. Still in the game, but something changed. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo.
Now, I haven't seen the video in eons, but correct me if I'm wrong. Does Cube make an appearance in this video?
Oh God, I don't. You know what? I don't even know if I've ever seen this video.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm just curious because Cube was a featured guest on Eric's debut solo album.
Oh right. How about Snoop and Cube together on a hook? That was fun.
Shit was dope, huh?
Yo, so ill. And in fact, this song sort of tricked me because it's like, first of all,
okay, Heathen Deluxe says Cube was not in the video. That's what I'm saying. I ain't seen it for so long, and I don't know. I had this like vague memory of I thought he was in it, but I could be thinking about some other shit.
It's such a prominent vocal sample, and it's from one of the greatest diss tracks of all time, right? From No Vaseline. So, just based on that alone and how hard the beat was, I never really listened to the substance of his verses, like initially when it first came out. And I just assumed that this was a diss track. But
hey, Sny's here.
Doesn't really. Hey,
Sny Whip, what up?
Yeah, whippersnapper.
Oh, look, now he's gone. Oh, he's back.
What up, guy? Can you hear us?
He got no vocal.
He's working on his audio.
Oh, bye. Sny bye. He did a drive-by Sny.
Drive-by Sny. Well, he and I chatted very briefly about this album earlier today because he's definitely one of the fellas in my crew back in Toronto that used to bump this album with me for sure.
So are you from St. Louis or are you from Toronto?
Yes.
I'm saying he just says yes. For the people that don't know either, tuning in just so they get it straight.
So I was born and raised in St. Louis, moved from St. Louis to Toronto after 9th grade, and then lived in Toronto for something like 7 combined years, but such formative years, right? Like through high school and then a couple years after completing college. So like, that's where I really developed as an artist and put out raps and formed the crew and, I guess developed an identity in the hip hop universe.
When this album dropped, I was living in San Diego, California at the time.
Really?
Yes.
In the 9 Fizzo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I went back to Vancouver, and it was just a lot of back and forth throughout the 90s.
I forget. Yeah. Were you in SD for like half a year or something like that, or was it more?
I'll have to go back and check my logs. It was kind of ongoing. I'd be there for some months, come back for some weeks, go back or whatever. It was money dependent. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit was like serious hustle mode back then, like just trying to get my rap on and all that. Linking up with Mr. Brady, Tony the Schizo, cats like that. Yeah, but Prevail was there with me too. Yeah. That has nothing to. I don't even know why I diverted, but
the history is a part of it, right? Like we're telling our story of how we relate to these things. So
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, it is. It is okay. I'm saying we're only halfway through this album, so it's a long album.
Yeah.
Track Saw It Coming was produced by Scratch and Parrish together,
and it was the first song on side 2. If you're a sides guy, side 1 is the dark side. This was the first song on the Zone side.
It definitely had that West Coast feel at that time, don't you think? Yeah,
absolutely. Yo, Funky Worm, are you kidding?
I'm just saying, you could see this. If you had just seen the video or just heard the single, you'd be like, "Oh, is this what the album's gonna sound like?"
Yeah. Yo,
not that EPMD weren't already firmly planted in the funk, but this track definitely seemed to take it a step or two further.
I have another story that's very short. Last year, I was in Portland for a family event, and I was staying...
Maine or Portland, Oregon?
Portland, Oregon. And I was staying at a hotel, and the Ohio Players were staying at the hotel at the same time. They had a gig in town, and I got to, like, see them in the bar and give them their flowers, and that was awesome.
That's ill, man.
So
I like that.
Yeah. They have so many very prominent jams.
Neat fun.
At least, not least, which is the Funky Worm, of course, which is one of the like sampled songs in hip hop, right? So
word.
Yeah.
Let's get to another one of my favorites, is a swing your own thing.
Well, we should swing our own things from time to time.
This one's a real departure from the heavy darkitude that's been happening on the album.
Yeah.
Check it out. BMD's in the house. 9-4.
Yeah, too.
Funk move. Word 'em up. So what up? Yeah, it's time to get down. You ready to chill? So turn up the sounds, whether it's in your Walkman or your stereo. I hope you hear me though. Bobbing that head, jamming to the radio, cause they're playing your song. The weekend's here, party's on, payday, hey. Big up to the DJs for spinning the jams, mix shows on Friday. And Saturdays is hip-hop, brothers chopping on the 1 and 2. Non-stop, the violence and gun shooting. It's time to unite, no time for losing or taking steps backwards. That's not the way, leave the stress at the office, it'll be there Monday. But for now, it's your time to regroup, get a peace of mind. And disconnect from the madness, call time out. Take it from the PMD on the rap route. The voice, word is, live and direct. Oop, there it is, time to swing your own thing. Word 'em up.
I wonder how many times Paris has said rap route
Yeah.
through his career.
Uh,
I love it. He's also PMD is he's one of those cats that there's certain words in his that just can't be duplicated by any other. Nobody can say the word whack like Paris can with such venom. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. There's a lot of energy and gusto.
There is.
Behind some of his words.
When Paris says whack, you feel the sting.
Yeah. I would hate to be called whack by Paris Smith.
Word up.
that would be so demoralizing. Yo, just a note that Swing Your Own Thing was the B-side of the titular single, Shady Business.
Word up. This Will says, nobody played this album on commercial radio. Yeah.
I think that's right.
Sounds accurate to me.
There were some rumors about perhaps Eric's camp having something to do with that, but I don't know if any of that was ever,
rap rumors, schmoomers.
Yeah.
You blew your bloomers. Swing your own thing, man. How could you not enjoy that?
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where I would have been like, that sample is like overused or something like that. But
a lot of cats made their whole shit off using overused stuff. A lot, X-Clan, for example. But they would put it in a whole new context, so it would be fresh again.
Yeah, but and it's just that, and like these dudes, like you can't say shit because they broke so many records that ended up getting sampled by tons of crews later on.
Yep.
So like, whatever. And this joint knocks. This is arguably the most danceable record on the album.
It's funny, man. Me and the homeboy graffiti writer friend of mine, Hype. When I go over to Vancouver Island on these trips sometimes or whatever, and we put together a series of ridiculous comical dance videos to this track.
Yeah,
which I've shown some of them on my Instagram account.
So this particular song.
For this particular song, we speed up the dancing and shit. It's kind of hilarious, man. It's a bit of a custom, but shout out to my man Hype. Word up.
Not to bounce, rock, skate, roll, but to this PMD.
To this, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Fake homies.
Everybody's up.
Kind of the worst kind of homie.
Check it out. Coming through. Well, goddamn, another grand slam from the zone. Black bench with chrome, no time to phone home. Niggas try to push up, get that head flown like Frisbee. Think they flip the script like Bill Bixby. I ain't trying to hear niggas that's on the real CD. Is in the store, so how you stepping through, nigga? Stepping through hardcore. What? B-holes his own on this here microphone. You better check your clip for blanks. All them shots, kids, still miss the dome. Faking moves without the future of the punk. Can't even sample, nigga, claiming to make trunks wrong. You get chunked, you nigga chill. I know my shit thumps. Back from the boondocks, wildin' beat the slam dunk nuts on your headpiece back in 3D. I let the public decide, just like Sweet Pea. But for now, I lay low, act like you know me, homie. Here's a pull for my fake homies. Here's a pull for my fake homies. Here's a pull for my fake homies. I need the J. Allen T-Quay, the one you need. You gotta see the tricky techniques, creep but don't sleep. Got the chunky, gunky styles. I like to drop, make sets bar across my blocks because I got that shit that knock. That should be the bop the spot still hot. Ooh, I no need the cock block. Equipped with no glocks. I'd rather rap you with my detector and amateur. I'm no janitor, but I swept you. I kept the record of the things you messed up. Niggas thought that he must have rushed. With the touch, he stuck fucking with yuck. So if you do not know by now, you never knew I'm straight. Like 0852, I welcome you, but you still refuse to swing your dukes. You gotta do what you do, get the boot if you can't shoot for shit. I get it, still get a lit with the bit. I won't switch. The P is not having it. I catch you when the sun goes down.
Did he say stupular?
Walking down the house, Biggie Buck Wild. Go check my files, you know my style. Here's a pull for my fake homies.
straight at 0852.
Now let me kick a verse to you. I'm thirsty, Lord have mercy on those who curse me. Peekaboo, thought I couldn't see through that gas so quick. I flick the big and burn that wicked ass up. Who sent me, tempt me, G? I float to my throat, simply test me. Bagging brothers up like Hackney, G. Bring it on, we play for Keeps Creek. Can't read my mind, I got the eye that don't sleep, even. And I get funky, have you know, like a junkie on dope. When I quote shit I wrote, I go for broke, no joke. I choke rappers like a joke of smoke. Ooh, pass the Buddha quick, I need to take a hit. I think I wanna flare. That right? Who wanna bite? Best to kiss that ass connect, it's word is born, we gon' fight. It's from the heart. Brothers getting paid, but they ain't pay no dues. I got some bad news, here comes the hit squad. And my shit's hard, but it gets harder than that. Even G, my shit's fat. Stop believing that. You ain't even that fly enough to try your bluff. Third eyes rough enough to make you wanna bust that rough stuff. So here's a puff for my fake homies.
Whoa. Third Eye, Jesse West, he was ill, man. You
Hey.
ain't that fly enough to try your bluff.
Did you have the top quality album back
I
then?
did. Magnum Opus, yeah.
I didn't have it. I might have had it for a short minute, but I can't remember if I had that or just if it was just a single.
It's not an excellent album,
Yeah.
but it's not like whack. And Magnum Opus is easily the best song, but there are a couple other jams on there for sure.
Mm.
It's worth checking out. It's, you know, you come away with a few joints worth revisiting.
This is another one of the tracks is P produced it on his own too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I like the feeling, I like the vibe of this track, but it was never a standout to me personally.
No, me neither.
At this point in the album, I have felt that he had enough guests on it already. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair, though. I do think that the finale is worthwhile. No Shorts and No Sleep.
Yeah, good point. That is.
But yeah, Third Eye is one of those interesting cats that, like, he was kind of like the ultimate almost, you know, like he had a group with 9 back in the day. I think I might have my stories twisted, but if I remember correctly, I think he might have ghost written Puffy's verse for that like Super Cat song back in the day.
Oh, word? That Dolly Dolly, my baby one?
I think so.
Puffy was so out of pocket on that track, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, like he was doing sort of like his little like grimy excited thing.
Who's that? Puff Daddy.
That's totally like Third Eye's persona.
Word up.
Yeah, no, he's had some like scattered dope, extremely underground joints, you know, over the years. And I always wondered what might have been from that cat. And he's produced too, like under the Jesse West moniker. He's produced for like a lot of people. So
do we run a little bit of fuck it up scratch? My thing is like,
I mean,
this track, it doesn't really feature Scratch. It's just sort of like a very short homage to him with some, you know, some snippets from a live show, and even like the scratches that they left in the samples, they're not even on beat. It's kind of wild, man. It's just fuck it up, Scratch, and the crowd responding. Do you want me to run a bit of it?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Beat's cool though.
Yeah.
Weird mix on the beat though. I like that snare. I like that snare.
Right, it wasn't.
I'm just saying, it wasn't like a DJ feature track like other cats had been doing during that era. It was just like a little dedication.
You kind of thought, like, yo, this is the former world champ. Like, where's your little like turntablism skit? You know?
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like like on Business Never Personal.
Yep.
You know, but hey, what do I know? I'm just an almost.
You can't question his credentials.
Yeah, man. This next track, Back Up or Get Smacked Up. One of the weirdest beats on here, man. The way the beat is put together, you lose where the one is on the beat. Also, especially with how P is rapping on this, it's almost like he forgets where the one is, then remembers. That's the way it comes off. This is a strange ass production, but I love this song. Seriously.
Code red.
Code red. Like, where's the kick?
Check it out. All right, niggas wanna check
Should be there.
We're doing this shit, kid. Bring it on. Check it out, check it out.
Scratches are dope, though.
So turn up the sounds and let the amps crank. Who gives a motherfucker what the next man think? Don't blink, don't watch a man's crew sink while you bitch wink. Yeah, so stop it like the Go-Bot just to let you know how. So try to tap into my
Go-Bot. Third time on the album. Go-Bot.
Hop the rollers, cop the swatch, watch. Then back to the boondock for a quick sec. The camouflage sounds crazy, far and bizarre. I said the same shit, puffing blunts in my Lamborghini Countach. An open road to let you know. They'll damage and ruin your career if you don't fucking around with slow flow. So back up or get smacked up. So back up or get smacked up. Yeah, that nigga's crazy. So back up or get smacked up. So back up or get smacked up. Check it out, yo. It's like back to the old ill B-boy shit. Plug a microphone in the house party black and drop the ill shit. Cause your style's the freestyle. Kinda buck wild style. You dropping the bump in the beat now. I couldn't come sloppy, poppy. Brother trying to mop me. To get props, you get dropped, G. So back.
What's your thoughts on this track?
He's shouting a lot.
So a lot of screaming, right? But like, it's so off and disjointed. Like, you gotta kind of love it, man.
Yeah,
It's mixed kind of weird.
it's not one of my favorite cuts on the album, but it's still like entertaining because it's Parrish and he's
bringing back the Go-Bot talk again for I think the third time on the record.
Yeah, and a Lamborghini Countach, and who else can make a Swatch watch sound hard?
Yeah. Yo, that's tight. Did you see what I'm saying about the beat itself? It's some weird ass shit, right?
Yeah. This is not from like the standard EPMD playbook.
No, far from it. The first sample that comes in, you're like, all right. And then the second sample that comes in layered where the one is on a whole different place. It's on the 3. It's crazy, man. Yeah. It shouldn't work. And yet it kind of does. There's no real discernible boom, kick drum.
You got to think it was deliberate though, right? Like it wasn't just like a frenetic rush job. Was it? I don't know. Shouts to Parrish for keeping us guessing.
Parrish had shit to say, man.
Yo.
Oh, look, we actually getting through this.
Yeah, we almost there.
We're almost there. All right. I thought I lost my spot.
It's an interesting song title.
Yeah, right?
Since we up in this piece, you know what I'm saying? Represent PMD. Get on and let these niggas know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas out here frontin', but you know we ain't having that. So yo, we gonna see niggas like this. Yo, step up and represent like this, nigga.
Time to let the nuts hang. My sack's full. Pull, mad pull. Shitting constantly like seagulls. Boom bang, no bang to make this microphone swing. Funky B-boy from Brentwood, Long Island, and I don't sing. Paris Smith is in the house, stomping niggas out, no doubt. Mad clout on the rap route. What up, troop? Damn G, what you talking about? Time to drop rhymes while suckers drop dimes. Black Einstein.
Does Dre actually rhyme on this one? Or he's just talking.
Snatching problems like niggas snatch bags with trick and treat. Brothers huffing and puffing and saying nothing. When P talks, it's like ear fun. Coming right back at you like a scud. Niggas dropping duds, not down with spud. 2 chefs plus a rowdy with a grudge. Word to the Mockberg and the green herb. Some nerve got brothers swinging at the curve ball. Corner scream, yes, yes, sure. You better check your staff, what your shit's been recalled.
That flavor I'm talking about, son. Yo,
The Psycho Les sample.
his squad, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas on that old bull stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yo, we representing in 94, 95. Coming through like this. Anybody want to step up, getting this. But yo, come back with that flavor that I like to hear, boy.
Yes, I'm back again, concentrating like Nancy Kerrigan. Can't promote Timberland, far from stranded like Gilligan. Lounge on dangerous, crossing bones. Sitting in the pocket, lovely, going deep for the end zone. D-Wade, keep the air raid. Niggas pulled the pin, now I'm about to blow up like a hand grenade. No Peugeot chump Benz with the 4-door. And like a fuck around nigga, my shit is hardcore. So bust the microphone skills and save the cheap thrill. Local neighborhood rapper.
You rhymed back again with Nancy Kerrigan and Gilligan.
Love that. I almost feel like this track could have fit better in the first half of the album, first side.
Yeah.
Possible.
It doesn't feel like a setup for like the ending of the album.
Back again, Nancy Kerrigan and Gilligan. That's a lot of gens.
It's a good combination.
That's a good combo.
Good combination.
Oh, look, the comments are stacking up, man.
Yo,
Who's
co-produced
sleeping?
by the 45 King.
Word?
Yeah.
Let me check my checker.
Check your specs, guy.
Oh, shit. Look at that. I wasn't even aware of that this whole time, all these years later.
Yo, you mentioned
30 years ago.
And it wasn't this song. I think it was Back Up or Get Smacked Up. He starts his verse at the very beginning of the song. I forget the first thing he says, but it reminded me of On Street Level when Psycho Les starts off one of the songs by just
With holy shit.
What?
Holy shit. Or check it out. Sauerkraut.
Sports moments. Oh, God. He's so funny. Psycho Les is so funny.
He's dope.
Yeah. This song was cool, but yeah, no, I agree. It may have fit better a little earlier on the record.
Beat is dope, though. I didn't know that about 45 King.
Yeah, it makes you wonder who did what.
And then the final track is Jesse West.
Which is Third Eye.
Yep. Well, how about that?
No shorts and no sleep.
What I was saying before I bring that in.
Yeah.
Dre doesn't rap on that. He's
the hype man.
Okay.
He's the
yeah.
You think now?
I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep. I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep. I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep. I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep. I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep. I'm sick of mad dick, no shorts and no sleep.
Now let me see now, check it. It's about to get hectic, I'm ready to wreck it. Heck, can I kick it? I wanna get wicked with it, hit it. I did it again, right back up in you. When you know I've been through more drama than your mama, why continue stepping to me? Who you be? You care to be your booty. Like that hootie.
Reminds me of somebody I know.
You know I had the title. My style's homicidal vital. You're better off trying to sell a devil Bibles. If liable to hurt something, no front. And I don't be getting blooded either. I get lifted, uplifted. Wanna get a whiff, kids, you gotta be gifted. And swift kid, but don't risk it. You'll just get ripped and torn up, slow up. You don't wanna see me blow up. Hold up. Word up, let me like that herb up there. Oh no, now you getting kicked to the curb. We Third Eye. And we back on the PMD
This
track.
beat's dope, though. This shit is hard.
Where's the mic at Black? Let me get that. Should've never did that. Get back, Black. I'm about to act up, Jack. I'll rip the track. I'll crack 'em up and pack 'em. Man, thick and kick the flavor quick. Long dick you in, I stick you. Get the picture. Hit you, make you run and get your gun. I ain't the one, son of a bitch.
You know, step into the shoe color residence. We might break fence and not shelter the elements. Beside the sun is where I resided. Where's Third Eye? Tell me where are they hiding? Word to go, we like peas in the pod. Soak it up in sunlight in this garden cord, hit squad. And that's the board that don't cross that. Black to
send you back, you want the water. Please remember that. B&B flip the switch for the format. 795 and we ain't looking back. So just back, hit me, analyze that. Shit's about to change and I response for that. Really at. Watch a killer with the sound stack. Boy, you need to step back before you get your rap attack. Line up for the race, cause you know you can't win. Your shit's paper thin. Let me in, let me in.
I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no
sample myself, self-sample.
Those lyrics we brung back in the day, couldn't comprehend emotions. I brung the tongue to slay niggas that wanna come step my way. I won't play, maybe catch you where you stay. I might. I took flight when the sun went down. Stars wild that night. There was smoke affecting ozone layers, so is the light that once got bedrock. Still tired of that knock. Tidy gliding with the pins locked safe. Give me my space, then bitch pulled out the mace. Sprayed it up in your face. Caught up in the fizz nightscape. It's too late in the zone. With it cutting for home. What would I tell you on the sell ya? Shit like how his face swelled up. All in the yuck from the stuff I stampede. Way deep in the valley with some niggas roll deep. So don't sleep, wake up, beep, beep, beware. All that shit you talking kid can't hear. Over there, right there.
I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking
I wish I had this beat.
Was known for slamming homes, blacking out when I clutch. Breaking states to skate and all these stupid motherfuckers. I'm snapping birdies, wordy. Know you heard me. Filthy, dirty, rolling, get that whole wig broken. I'm strolling through plus I
This
see
is that
me,
guy
making
from
Gucci look
7.
speed. It's pure agony. None of these niggas is bagging me. Steaming circle from the corner. Kid, I warned ya. I'm on the path to smash that ass fast. There's no sleeping when I'm creeping. Get that dose. Get it in the street and just repeat it while I'm keeping you screaming. Business of decision, brainwaves hectic, vexed, infected. You get totally wrecked, case so set it. You better just get that ass ready for the racks for the road. It's crawling, calling out my name in the face. What the fuck is it you really saying? I blast dead ones who caught bodies of massive dirty ones. Crop tops like soda, flip floating off like Yoda. Saw you this over the mountain, typhoon or red.
And it ain't over as shit starts. Smell the sparks. Niggas is screaming, grab hearts. It's up the crazy red dots beaming. All is loose, so all is lost. Crowds get caught up captive. Weak bastards be catch coroners, cuts and caskets automatic. Vaporize immortals, mid thoughts with force that scorches cause and holocaust of course, cause it's thin, it's fought, it's raw. PMD blast the path through the wastelands. Travelers on 7 in the aftermath. Kid, don't make plans.
I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts.
The frequency jam down. Catch the backhand scram. Record the funk that I swing the tie scam. Chrome microphone. Check me out, yo. In the end zone. 7 3rd ITQ. PMD's home of the hit squad. Representing hard. You can't see or track me on your radar. So slip and get caught up in the death pit. Darkness, nowhere where the souls quit. Far from out of business, brothers on my business. More than equipped to bring it, so save the lip, kid. Hit squads in the house. Stay tuned for the drama, peace out. Gotta bounce.
I'm thinking mad deep, no shorts and no sleep. I'm thinking mad deep.
Interesting posse cut.
The P sample, vocal sample, is that from Can't Hear Nothing But the Music?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
maybe somebody else knows.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, we did it. That's the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, was it from Headbanger? C-Doc says Headbanger, perhaps.
Might be. I got to run back all the old joints. To be sure.
To be sure.
One thing that is worth mentioning that we hadn't mentioned was that the Beatnuts did do a remix of Shady.
Yeah. Oh man, that shit should have been on here.
And it's got that same David Axelrod sample that was later used on Pharaoh's I want to say second solo record. I think it was on Desire. That song, What It Is, which is one of my favorite Pharaoh songs of all time.
Okay.
But yeah, so creepy. The creepy intro, Axelrod intro, and not a typical beatnut sounding beat either. Like very catered to this sound, I thought. Anyway,
It's a cool thing to go find.
I should have uploaded it here so we could all take a gander if you haven't heard it.
If you want, I can attempt.
Nah.
We've run about an hour and a half here. I feel like we did all right.
Hey, we did good. We did good.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted to try to talk you into doing a Rumpelstiltskins for next week.
Yo, I'd be up for that.
I'll be hella up for that.
Mushroom talk and all that.
Yeah, man. What was they had a there's like well, we'll get to that. I don't want to get into it before we get into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Parrish Smith, Shady Business. There it is.
There it is. There you have it. And it was I think it was all he did one more before they reunited, right? It was just he just did 2 projects and then they got back.
There's later stuff though too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Following the reunition.
Here. Uh-huh.
Of
And P makes an appearance on the Def Squad album too.
Oh.
On a hook. Just on a hook.
Just on a hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's a dope ass album. Now you want to talk about a fun album? That's a fun album right there.
Yeah.
Eric,
You know what?
Keith,
I slept on
and
it.
Redman.
Like I never got it. Obviously I know several songs from it, but I never got it. So like I wasn't running it all the way through.
That's a fun album.
Yeah. I need to give that a more fairer shake.
Just like Blackout's a fun album too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like fun. But you know, fun comes in many forms, man. And I've had a lot of fun with this album.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
As dark and brooding as it is, I never got like a bad negative vibe from it. It's just some grimy shit. It is what it is. It's a particular stamp in time, and I'm glad he put it out.
Yeah.
And I'm also glad that I didn't sleep on it forever. I eventually caught up to it and went back and checked it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Like it's clear that he was like sorting some stuff out and probably, I think there was some resentment and probably some sadness about like EPMD not being what it was anymore. I think that shines through a lot on this record, but that doesn't make it unenjoyable.
Yeah, like there's moments where you know, sense like a little depression, but he still keeps it coming, you know.
But it's interesting. I think 94 was the same year that Redman put out Dare's the Dark Side, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
And that was an album during which he was like reportedly super depressed as well.
Well, he's been very candid about that too, where
he can't even go back to it now.
P seems a lot more guarded, you know what I mean? I haven't heard him, at least in recent times, in interviews talk about this album.
Yeah.
But I could have missed it. Maybe he did, and I just wasn't there to peep it.
Well, maybe it was just a rough time for the whole clique. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it was. There was a lot changing in hip hop at that time. Period.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sidebar: Dare's the Dark Side is my favorite Redman album.
All right. Well, what is his debuts will always be my favorite, man. Nothing can match that shit to me.
And that's it. Like,
and I love Dare's the Dark Side. Don't get me wrong.
And Muddy Waters is insane.
Muddy Waters, man.
Like I feel like those are like pretty much like 3 perfect 10s right in a row.
Don't you feel that
it's a matter of preference? They're all just.
Don't you feel like he really became the Redman that we know on Muddy Waters though? Like the formula was polished.
Yes.
He became that guy.
He had figured out how to balance the grimy sort of underground that he came from with like the more polished, like, yo, me and Meth can do big things if we clean it up a little.
Yet where he was on his debut album, I was in a special place in my life, so that album blessed me at the right time. So I always will have so much more love for his first album. You know what I'm saying?
But like the charisma and catchiness was always there. That was
Yeah.
no question. He was, man, he's easily one of my favorite personalities in hip hop.
Yeah,
and
man.
he's just a dynamite rapper.
Yeah. And there's a lot of cats that haven't really mastered the art of, you know, keeping a youthful sensibility about them. And Redman's one of the few that he's been able to do that.
Yeah.
You know? And keeping energy. Keeping energy, man.
Yeah. So much fun, comedy, but not stupid.
Never. Yeah. So what would you say if we said goodbye right now?
I think that's appropriate. So high possibility of Rumpelstiltskins next week, but if we do something else, we'll announce it. And as always, we are taking suggestions, so please throw them in the track. In the what are these?
Yeah, throw them in the trash.
Throw them in the trash.
Throw them in the comments.
Throw your suggestions in the trash.
You want to come in after the shit is archived? That's all good. But thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Thank you to Channel Zero for having us host this fun little soiree.
Yes,
and
yes.
Everybody, run and tell your grown ass folk friends about the show.
Please do.
The more the merrier. We enjoy having you. We enjoy checking out the comments. And yeah.
If y'all continue to engage, then we are incentivized to add more juicy tidbits, maybe have more calculated guestry, and who knows, maybe we'll do some more visual things.
Jonas,
maybe another song.
Blunos.
Zero.
Right.
Channel Zero. Blunos.
On the count of three, want to say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace.